Hi folks, so Hellcat Tankers and we're on to day 6 of the campaign. So I finished day 4 on the previous video and again had good full condition. I can load up my turret between battles. My team, my crew are as they were, so line experience for the commander and the loader, still green for the gunner and the driver, but experienced for the assistant driver. So a decent crew. This particular battle starts with a Panther on the board, and that's been placed up here, facing northwest. And we've got 2 potential enemies here, one who's well out of the way and one which is slightly uncomfortably close, but that's all right. I really need to deal with this Panther first. I don't ever like to have 2 German tanks on the board at the same time if possible, because that can become quite unmanageable fairly quickly. So I'm going to try and manoeuvre around here and maybe engage this Panther, particularly if that comes around here somewhere. Maybe at some point we'll get a shot on it. I quite like this map. It's a little bit different to some of the others. There are a few very long lines of sight that go top to bottom. It's almost sort of a bit corridor, and these sort of groups of buildings help with that, as does this tree-lined road up there. But there are quite a few long lines of sight. There's 1 or 2 that run in other directions as well, but not quite as long as some of the other maps. There's one here, for example. But anyway, we'll see how that plays out. So I'm going to position my commander, I think, down for now, and I'll roll my 6 dice and see what we get. Glad I did that, because I've got lots of firing here, which I don't really need. So I'm going to re-roll this triple. Great, so that gives me 3 more moves. So plenty of moves there. I've got 5 dice that will allow me to move in one way or another. And a 5, I don't really need that. So at the moment I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go into there and turn out that way. Just hide here behind these buildings, just in case he does a crafty reverse maneuver and turn and then decides to come down here. It's unlikely, but you never know. So that's me. So let's move through to the German tanks. So the Panther is going to roll 4d6. And it's going to try to fire. It can't do that, so it'll move. It won't turn because it's not blocked. And the 5s do the same. So again, it'll try to fire, it won't. So it'll move. It'll turn this time because it's blocked. Just turn there. And again, it'll try to fire. It can't do that, so it'll move, but it won't turn. And 6, it'll try to fire. It can't do that, but it will go hull down in that field. So it didn't turn as much as I thought it might. It's taken a slightly wider arc of turning, so maybe I need to move into here. Anyway, let's see what happens to these, and let's go with this one. He'll go up. He can't do the 3s, and he can't do the 5 either. He'll go into there, and he will actually move back, I think. It's probably the same distance, isn't it? Yeah. That's that. End of turn. Event is a 7. German artillery appears already. It's on a 7. We're probably going to get quite a bit of that in this battle, but if we keep on the move, we'll be all right. So back to me, and I think I will probably leave my commander up again, looking probably to come in somewhere around here. So hoping for some moves, plenty of moves there again. 5 options to move there, so we'll leave the artillery there, of course, and we're going to move into there with a 5 and turn, and then we're going to move here with a 1 and turn, and then we're going to move here with a 1 and turn. I'm not sure we're going to move any further than that. I could, of course, move here and spot, but I don't really want to do that, because I could move, spot, and then fire, but that's it's all very risky. All very risky. So I think I'll just pop out a bit of smoke. I'm on the road here, don't matter. Mines are on, they're present, but they're unlikely, so I'll risk that. And that's probably me done. So the Panther, oopsie, steady on mic, that was a 6, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 6. So the 1 means that he's actually going to repair, he's not going to do that, so he's going to reverse back there, lose his hold down, and then he's going to turn, which means he's going to face down this road here. The 2 then will bring him down there, he won't turn. The 3 will do the same, so he's coming down this road, which is quite pleasant on the eye. He's then going to try and fire with the 6. He can't do that, he's on the road this time, so he'll smoke rather than hold down. So again, defensive, but he is at least there to have a go at. The trouble is, if I come at him from the front, he's got thick armour, he's also in smoke, so that's going to be difficult. So I'm probably not going to do that, but we'll see. Sorry, I forgot to do the artillery, didn't I? Which I should have done because it could drift towards me. It doesn't, so it just went off. That's fine. This one has 4 dice, so the 2 brings it up there. It can't move with a 4, it won't move with a 5, it can't do the 6, so it won't do those. And this one is going to come down there. And that's all. They're kind of staying out of the way. End of turn event is a 6. What's that? Oh, efficient operations. That's good. So we'll roll a d6, see what we can do. We get a 6. That's void. No event. That's a shame. So back up to me. I'm going to remove our smoke. Now, do I want my commander up? Am I going to try and get a shot away on that Panther? I could do, couldn't I? Let's put my commander up. You never know. We've got quite a variety here. The 2 6s, of course, give me a lot of flexibility. So I think we might have a go at this. We're going to move and turn with the 1, and then we're going to move with the other one. No, not 4. I think. Yeah, we've got to remember we want to get out of here as well. So let's fire with the 2. Let's go unload me. Got 6 dice, basic. +1 for the commander being up. It's close range. That's another one. But we lose 1 because the Panther is in smoke and its front armour is probably ridiculous. It's 4, so we'll lose 4 dice there. So just a 3, but you never know. And that's a single strength hit. So that's a 6. So that's damaged. So that was worth doing. So the Panther is damaged. So let's put the damage token on there. Now it's tempting to have another go at that. I've got a 1 here. My commander is lined, so I can load. I think I can load with that. Yeah, I'm going to load up with that, and I'm going to fire again with a 6. So let's do the same again. We've got 6 basic dice. It'd be great to get rid of this. 1 for the commander, 1 for close range, -1 for smoke, and -4 for the front armour. So the same again, obviously, 3 dice. And this time I get a double strength hit. And that is a destroyed result, which is great news for me. I can level up a crew member, I get a 6, which is void. The 3 means it's got to be the gunner, that's okay. So he becomes line. I've got this 6 left, which I'm going to use, I think. Yeah, he could spot me quite easily, actually. That's okay. Let's reverse back there, and we'll stay facing that way in case something daft happens. Right, there's no German tanks, so stay through to these. This potential enemy here will get 1, 2, 4, 6. So he's going to go 1, Can't do 2, won't do 4, won't do 6, so he'll stay there. Can't see me through those buildings, of course. And this guy, yeah, he's got it, hasn't he? He's got a 1, which takes him up there. And then he'll stop moving and do nothing else other than try to spot me for the one just once. So they spot with a basic 3 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not long range, unfortunately, so they do get 3 dice. There's quite a good chance of spotting me. And fortunately for me, he doesn't. So my luck is in again on this battle, as it was in the previous battle on day 4, which is good news. So that's them done. And we move to the end of turn event, which is another 6. That's efficient operation, so that gives me a roll. I get a 5, so I can do any action that relates to 5, and obviously with the correct crew members and conditions and so on. I think I'm unloaded, aren't I? Because I fired again, didn't I? I can't load up with a 5. I don't need to repair, I don't need to extinguish. Basically it's a move, isn't it? I can move with a 5. I wish I can spot as well. I can spot because my assistant driver is experienced. How would I do that? We'll have a go at spotting this guy here. So we get a basic 2, 1 for my commander being up. So 3 dice at him. So back at you, mate. And I've successfully spotted him. And it turns out to be a nothing. Wow. This is great. This is one of the easiest playthroughs I've ever had. This in the previous battle. So let's move on to, that was the end of turn event. So back to me. 6 dice. I'm going to whiz up here and try and get some eyes on him now as well. So I'm going to move twice using the 5s. Will I stay that way, or do I want to move into... I think I'll move into the lane if I need to get away. So we'll use the 1 to have a spot. Gives me 2 basic, commander's up, short range. 4 dice on him. We've seen that. And we get a 4, okay. That's not quite so good. It's a Panzer IV though, so it's not too bad. Could have been a Tiger. Actually, it can't be a Tiger when I spot him. It can only be a Tiger when he spots me, of course. It's a 1 for a Tiger. So the facing is going to be random. That's away. Ooh, what have I done here? I've taken my Hellcat. Why did I take my Hellcat off? Silly me. Very silly me. It's here, isn't it? So he was facing up there. What am I doing, Mike? So he's actually facing a 1, which is bad news. He's facing straight at me, but whatever. So we moved twice, we spotted. Now we got 2, 2, 6. So we're going to load up with a 2, and we're going to fire with the other 2. So I'll empty the turret again, of course. So that's going to give me 6 dice. Plus 1 for the commander and 1 for close range. Front armour of a Panzer IV is 3, which gives me 5 dice on this guy. Oh, reroll that one. And that gives me a single strength hit. So not so good. And that gives me a 1, which is actually no damage. So it's bounced off. The final 6 then, I could load up. I could put some defence out, but obviously what I'm going to do is move away up to there. And I think I'll face down the track, down the road, just in case he comes around here. This is a bit nasty actually now. We're going to have a bit of close-up combat with this guy, I can sense it. So we fall through to his turn. He rolls 4 dice, because I'd failed to damage him, which is a shame. He's got a good variety there as well. Oh, actually, I've been forgetting to re-roll 1s and 6s, haven't I? Yes, I have. I need to put a note on the video. Okay, so let's go with 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to try to fire. He can't, so he'll move, but he won't turn. Because the hex in front of him is not blocked. 3 means he'll try and fire, but he won't do that, so he'll move and again won't turn. 4 means he will move and then turn. And he only turns until he faces the first accessible hex, so that'll be there. So, and then he'll alert, but he's not next to anything, so he won't. And then 5 means he'll try and fire. He can't do that because he's behind this hedge, and he'll move into there, and he won't turn because he's not blocked. So he's actually flanked me beautifully, come around the reverse, but he's run out of dice to fire at me, which is really lucky. And that's that. End of turn event is an 8. That's German infantry, but there's nothing around me that allows them to appear, so that's all right. Back to me, and we're going to have some shots at this guy, I hope. And we are going to, so we've got lots of 6s, which is great. We've also got a couple of moves, which is handy to get away at the end if we don't manage to destroy him, but I'm feeling good about this. Let's load up with the 2, and let's then fire with the 6. So that gives me 6 dice. Short range and commander gives me 8, and his rear side armor is only 1. So we've got 7 dice. He's a goner, really, isn't he? That, I mean, fantastic. That's a 5 strength hit. Pretty out of 7 dice is pretty amazing, really. He's going to be destroyed. He is indeed destroyed. So I can then use these remaining 4 dice to maneuver. So I'm going to use 1 to turn round to there, and then I'm going to move and turn with that one, and then I'm going to move and turn with that one, and then move and turn with that one. And I'm heading away. End of turn event is a 7. That's German artillery, which is going to pop straight on top of us, but we now get a chance to move, and we have got a couple of moves there, and we'll use those to move off the map. And that means we are successful. I will store those counters for the next battle day to remind me who my crew members are. It doesn't matter about the load because I always start loaded. And my condition would improve by 2, but my condition is 6. And at the moment, I'm getting away with this extremely lightly with very little action. Cheers, guys.